Manual handling means transporting or supporting a load by hand or bodily force. It includes lifting, lowering, pushing, pulling, moving, or carrying a load. A load is a movable object, such as a box or package, a person or an animal, or something being pushed or pulled, such as a roll cage or pallet truck. Manual handling injuries are part of a wider group of musculoskeletal disorders, MSDs. The term musculoskeletal disorders includes injuries and conditions that can cause pain to the back, joints, and limbs. Manual handling risks can be found across all kinds of workplaces, on farms and building sites, in factories, offices, warehouses, hospitals, and while making deliveries. Heavy manual labor, repetitive handling, awkward postures, and previous or existing injuries or conditions are all risk factors for developing MSDs. Work may also make worse an injury which was not caused at work, such as a sports injury. The management of health and safety at work regulations require to assess the risks to the health and safety of workers. Where this identifies hazardous manual handling of loads, you should also comply with the Manual Handling Operations Regulations, the Manual Handling Regulations. The Manual Handling Regulations set out a clear hierarchy of measures followed to prevent and manage the risks from hazardous manual handling. Avoid hazardous manual handling operations, so far as reasonably practicable. Assess the risk of injury to workers from any hazardous manual handling that can't be avoided. Reduce the risk of injury to workers from hazardous manual handling to as low as reasonably practicable. They should follow systems of work in place for their health and safety. Use properly any equipment provided for their health and safety. Cooperate with you on health and safety matters. Inform you if things change or they identify hazardous handling activities. Take care to make sure their activities do not put others at risk. Consult and involve your workforce. Your workers and their representatives know firsthand what the risks in the workplace are and can often suggest practical solutions to control them. Eliminate handling the load. Can you eliminate hazardous manual handling by not moving loads, for example, by looking at whether the work could be done in a different way? Does the item really need to be moved, or can the activity be done safely where it already is by redesigning the task? Can products or materials be delivered directly to where they will be used, automation or mechanization? If handling the load cannot be avoided, consider whether the operations can be automated or mechanized to eliminate the manual part of the handling. The best time to make decisions about this is when plant or systems of work are being designed. Can you use materials handling equipment or mechanical aids to eliminate or reduce the risks you identify in your risk assessment? Can you use, for example, a conveyor, a chute, an electric-powered pallet truck, an electric or hand-powered hoist, or a lift truck to reduce the risk of injury? See Making the Best Use of Lifting and Handling Aids for more information. Can you use robotics technology, for example, in production lines? When introducing automation or mechanization, make sure you avoid introducing new risks, for example, when maintaining equipment or when things break down. Make sure your workers are trained to use any equipment you introduce, such as lift trucks. Assess the risks. Where you identify risks from hazardous manual handling in your workplace that cannot be avoided, you must do a manual handling risk assessment to help you decide what you need to do to manage these risks. Make sure your workforce is fully involved in the risk assessment process.